What's up, world? Beginning Gardening Series video number 2. Today we are talking about the proper ways to water and watering tips. Alright, so let's get started. Step number 1 is to water early in the mornings. I'm not talking about 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I'm just talking about before the sun comes up if possible, or as soon as the sun comes up. If you think about farmers or the stories you've heard about farmers, you always hear about them getting up really early in the morning and getting out in the fields and doing work. And there's a reason for that. The earlier you water in the morning, the cooler the soil temperatures are. The cooler the soil temperature are, the less chance you have of the water that you put down in the ground of evaporating. Okay? So that water can stay directly there for the plants. Tip number 2 is to avoid overhead watering. Another way to put that is to apply the water directly to the soil, keep the water off the leaves, however you want to say it, okay? Overhead watering, 1, wastes water sometimes, most times it wastes water. 2, it promotes certain diseases, let's say like powdery mildew. And in peppers, it also promotes diseases like bacterial spot. When you water overhead, right? Imagine you have a plant, we're pouring water over the head. If you had a disease in the dirt, when the water hits the dirt splashes back up onto the leaves and splashes onto other plants, spreading your disease in your garden. That is why it is better to avoid overhead watering. That's also why everybody's on drip irrigation, right? You're applying the water directly to the root zone. There's less chance of evaporation. Boom. Step number 3 is to know your crops. And when I say know your crops, I mean not every plant requires the same amount of water. For example, okra. Okra takes a lot less water than something like tomatoes, watermelons, pumpkins, and cucumbers. So by knowing your crops and knowing what you're growing, you're able to allocate how much time and where you put the water. All right? Because you can overwater some things and you could underwater some things. Knowing your crops will help prevent that. Number 4, water less frequently. Now I know that sounds crazy, right? But what I'm saying is water deeper and less frequently. And when I say water deeper, I mean apply more water for a longer period of time than just quick little sprays with the hose, okay? Plants like tomatoes and even watermelons, they like just slow, deep trickles of water so that it can work its way and I guess saturate the entire area. When you come with these quick waterings, you take your hose and you just spraying here, there, and everywhere. A lot of the times, a lot of that water ends up evaporating or it just makes it to that very top layer of the soil. And a lot of these vegetables, they'll get deeper roots. I'm not talking like 5 feet deep in the ground, but they will get deeper roots and these roots will spread out. So if we're just spot watering quickly, we're not doing our plants any favors. All right. Also, watering less frequently and deeper or for a longer period of time, it causes our plants to go searching for water. So it makes the roots spread out. All right. Imagine it's like a kid, right? If you do everything for the kid and always help them, then you're kind of coddling the plant. You're not giving it a chance to grow and develop and get as strong as it possibly could. So by watering less frequently and deeper, you're stressing the plant, but in a positive way. All right, you're making the plant work harder. As it spreads the roots out and the roots get further, wider, and deeper, it is able to find water on its own or pockets of water that might be hidden in the soil. So, you're helping. 5 is to start strong. And when I say start strong, I'm talking about when it comes to seedlings or when you directly sow seeds into your garden or when you first plant your transplants. Start strong means you need to constantly be on the water. When it comes to seeds, directly sowing the seeds in the garden, you cannot allow that top layer of soil to dry out. So if you're planting in the fall, that means that you could just come out and have to water it once in the morning. But as you get into the spring and the summertime, and you directly sow these seeds in the garden, you may have to get out and evening time to make sure that the soil stays moist. Okay? Also, when it comes to transplants or seedlings, they do not have established strong root zones. Okay? So by starting strong and making sure that we keep them with enough water, we are reducing the amount of stress on the plant. Last but not least, this one might not apply to everybody, but if you are capable of doing this, I think you should. Collect and store rainwater. All right? One, it's free, and I don't know very many things that are better than free. Two, it doesn't have all of the chemicals and additives that you'll find in the city water. And three, did I already say it was free? Yeah. Three, it's just better for your plants than the other water. Okay? So, if you have the capability, man, get you a rain barrel. Hook it up to your gutters, catch that rainwater, get a little hose, and run the rainwater from your rain barrel to your garden. Alright? Follow these 6 steps right here. 5, the 6 is extra. You are going to get started off on the right foot when it comes to watering your garden, and you can avoid a lot of the problems that people have when it comes to watering. I have more information about this on my blog. You can click the link in the bio, or you can go to bigcitygardener.com. Hopefully this helps you get out there and just grow it. Have a great day.